Do you have any 6.5 by 4.5 paper pads from Hobby Lobby or Die Cuts with a View? Let me help you make quick work of them. Hi, I'm Jess from JessCrafts.com, and I'm going to help you make the most of your crafty supplies and time. So let's get started. Today I'm working with 6.5 by 4.5 template number 2. I'm going to be sharing several of them over the next little while, and they'll have their own dedicated spot on JessCrafts.com. So I've tried to sort all of my templates by the card size and the paper size so that no matter what you're looking for, you can find what you need. If you have some of this particular size paper pad, and mine is from Hobby Lobby, but my understanding is Die Cuts with a View makes them, and there may be some other manufacturers out there. It's not the most common paper size, but there was enough people who were interested, and I like to always share templates for whatever size you guys suggest and all the different kinds of sizes of paper that are out there so that as many people as possible can enjoy crafting and going through their stash, because I know so many of you here because you love to use the beautiful supplies that you have. And so these templates are hopefully quite helpful to you. I am cutting 2 sheets of pattern paper, but I'm only going to use 1 per card, and each pattern paper only makes 1 card because these pattern paper pads tend to have a lot of sheets in them. So I didn't want to create too many cards. And I know not everyone's a big fan of a lot of white space in the background, although I do think, as many people have suggested, embossing your background when there's going to be some more white space is a great idea for adding some interest. I cut some 2 3/4 by 4.5 rectangles for the focal point, and then 3 3/4 by 2 1/4 for the 2 background rectangles, but you don't have to worry about what sizes they are because that is all explained to you in the template. It tells you exactly how to cut your pattern paper, and then it shows you a suggested sketch. Of course, you could always mix it up to your own liking. I picked the Simon Says Stamp Lemon Chiffon cardstock just because it went with the pattern paper and the sort of general look I was going for. I think that this pattern paper pack would also look great with craft cardstock, which would be a little bit easier to find. The Simon Says Stamp cardstock is a little bit pricier than I might normally use because I use a lot of Recollections cardstock, but I like having a large selection of colors to choose from, and so I do sometimes purchase the more expensive cardstock, and it's great quality. So it's worth it if that's the color that you're looking for, and that's really what they're offering, is that they show you have so many colors, whereas if you get those larger packs from Hobby Lobby or Michael's or wherever, they're limited in which colors they have available, and you wind up having to buy a lot at one time, and so they're not for everyone. Sorry, this cardstock, though, is almost exactly the color of a Post-it note, if you're ever curious like what this looks like. And so it is also the Lawn Fawn Post-it note color of cardstock is also very close. I'm going to assemble them as suggested on the sketch with the 2 smaller rectangles in the back and then the larger rectangle as the focal point. I'm going to be using some clip art from Creative Fabrica for my embellishment today. I love stamps. I love coloring stamps, but I'm not always in the mood to color stamps. And sometimes if I'm making a lot of cards, coloring each individual stamp can take a long time. And so it's not always what I want to be doing, but it is sometimes. And I've heard from a lot of you guys that while you enjoy my videos or templates, you're not a big colorer and you don't enjoy it as much as I do, for example. With that in mind, I wanted to show you one of my favorite sources for pre-colored images. So Creative Fabrica has memberships, or you can buy individual images. I knew this particular paper pad had some had a bit of a safari theme to it. It's a baby theme as well. So I went to Creative Fabrica and I just searched safari clip art till I found one that kind of fit the colors and tone of this pattern paper. I found these watercolor safari clip art from Fineartlab. It'll be linked in case you're curious about the particular one I chose. But in general, I like being able to do that, like search and instantly find something that works and be able to print it out and use it that day. Whereas, the other alternative might be ordering a stamp set and hoping that it's perfect for your project. And while these can be a little bit pricey, I think this set was like $4.50, but I can print as many of them as I want endlessly. And I don't know, I quite enjoy them. You can, in theory, cut them out with your Scan and Cut, but sometimes it has trouble with those softer lines. I added that with some fake foam tape And I added a sentiment from Lawn Fawn to bring in the star background paper. So it says, you're a star, and then that blue background paper had lots of little stars all over it. And I'll use a different Lawn Fawn sentiment for the heart paper that I chose. If you found this video inspiring, here's another video where you can find more ideas for enjoying your crafty time and supplies. Let me know that you like this video with a share to your crafty community, subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss the next template or tutorial, and check the video description for product links. See you in the next video.